9 days in prison, Julian Assange emerges into a crush of supporters and media.
Well, it's great to smell fresh air of London again.
Vowing to continue the leaks and fight the sexual assault allegations against him.
I hope to continue my work and continue to protest my innocence in this matter.
By now, WikiLeaks has become radioactive. PayPal, Visa, MasterCard have all cut its financial lifeline. But a secretive global force of cyber hacktivists begins to mobilize a counterattack. They call themselves Anonymous. So we've actually been trying to get an interview with a member of Anonymous for weeks, and we finally tracked someone down who's willing to talk to us. And these guys are committed to the cause of defending WikiLeaks. So we're Skyping now with Base and Chris, two members of Anonymous. Base, what is Anonymous?
Anonymous is an internet subculture based around anonymity. It's the freedom of thought, the freedom of speech, and the freedom of information taken to a logical extreme.
Why do you have to remain anonymous?
We have the government agencies after us. We have other people that don't appreciate what we're doing after us. So it would not be very good if our identities were exposed.
Why are you guys such ardent supporters of WikiLeaks?
They expose secrets, transparency, freedom of speech, freedom of information on the internet. And that resonates with us.
Corrupt governments of the world. We are Anonymous.
In December 2010, Anonymous launched Operation Payback.
In the beginning of Operation Payback, we went after PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, and eventually Amazon, because they were the ones that publicly withdrew funding and support from WikiLeaks, especially PayPal, who actually held funds.
Anonymous unleashed a cyber attack.
DDoSing is distributed denial of service attack. Essentially, you send so many requests to a server that it shuts down,
temporarily bringing down some of the websites. Do you think the government can stop groups like you or WikiLeaks?
They're not going to stop WikiLeaks. Even if the government were to take down WikiLeaks, they'd essentially be martyring WikiLeaks, and 100 other sites would spring up. The only thing they can really do is turn the internet off. And even then, that didn't stop the people in Egypt.
In some sense, the WikiLeaks phenomenon is unstoppable. Part of a new reality where whistleblowers can go global and make governments quake. Where a leak can add fuel to a revolution. But governments will fight back. The U.S. Justice Department has Assange in its sights. Rumor has it, building a case for conspiracy.
If I am a conspirator to commit espionage, then all these other media organizations and the principal journalists in them are also conspirators to commit espionage.
Thank you.
For now, Assange remains in the UK under house arrest, fighting the Swedish extradition request. In February, I traveled there for his first hearing. All right, we've come about 45 minutes outside of central London to the Woolwich Crown Court. Like everywhere Assange goes, he seems to draw a huge media crowd. There's basically representatives from every major media organization in the world here covering just to get a glimpse of him as he walks from his car to the courthouse. Assange actually just arrived, and he's going to come right through this gated area into the courthouse.
A black box has been applied to my life. And on the outside of that black box has been written the word rape.
He's at the center of attention, but still very much alone.
He is an island, and he's become an island. The circle's become very small, and because he no longer trusts anybody, he's been betrayed by people that have come into that circle.
To some, Assange is a clear danger, a self-appointed judge of good and evil.
Julian Assange has this self-proclaimed mantle that he has put around himself, that he can be the judge for what governments can do and can't do. And that's a very dangerous assertion on the part of any single individual.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Politicians have taken aim. On Fox News, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich calls Assange a terrorist.
Information warfare is warfare, and Julian Assange is engaged in warfare. Information terrorism, which leads to people getting killed, is terrorism, and Julian Assange is engaged in terrorism.
Hero or villain, Julian Assange has created a powerful platform.
The more people get to read what really goes on in the world, the more chance they have of educating themselves about realities. And I think realities are what we need.
Even some of Assange's critics are following in his footsteps. Daniel Domscheit-Berg has launched a new whistleblowing website, OpenLeaks. So what is the future of WikiLeaks?
It has set something in motion all over the world that cannot be stopped anymore. And it has carried this debate of what is secrecy, what must be secret and what must not be secret, into the living rooms and the 8 o'clock news, to people that never heard about this before and never thought about it before.
Julian Assange, the self-appointed champion of free speech, has dared to reveal the secrets of both dictators and democracies. He dropped a nuclear warhead of information onto the world stage. The final chapter of the WikiLeaks saga has yet to be written. Its fate is inextricably linked to the fate of the man at the center of this radioactive storm. But for now, Julian Assange's war against secrecy rages on.